Hello, my name is Boris Balant, and dear friend of mine, Professor Saru, asked me to say a few words about aggression in sport environment from a practical point of view. I work as a sports psychologist in practice. Well, let's begin. For the start, when talking about aggression in sport, from my experience, I can speak about three different areas. The first area is working with aggressive athletes, the aggression among the athletes. The second one is the aggression among aggressive coaches, and the third one is aggressive significant others. In my case, those significant others are mostly the parents when I work with children in sport. For all those groups I mentioned, for the athletes, for coaches, and for significant others, what I have found that the main reason is for the aggressive behavior is the lack of self-awareness, self-control, and the lack of assertive behavior patterns or assertive behavior. When talking about lack of self-awareness, it is very important for me to teach the athletes and coaches to be aware of their feelings, to be aware of their needs, to be aware of their behavior and the impact of their behavior on the others. So it's very important for them to know why they behave that way, what they want to gain that way, and also to be aware why they feel threatened by the situation in which they behave aggressively. When talking about the self-awareness and helping coaches to be more self-aware, there is one specific situation, concrete situation that comes to my mind. It is the situation when I was helping, when I was working as a sports psychologist with a soccer team. It was a few minutes before the end of the first half, and the situation was quite bad because the athletes were not doing what coach asked them to do. The level of motivation was quite low. They started to argue between each other. There was a big tension between you can feel the big tension between them, and also between the athletes and the coach. Coach was also extremely angry and very nervous. So I was asked to help. So I was thinking, what can I do? The first thing I realized is that the coach has any right to be angry. So I decided to partiate those two feelings of anger and feeling of nervousness. So I came to the coach and said to him, okay, I understand you have every right to be angry, but please do not behave nervous. Why? Because when you behave nervous, you're sending the message that you're not sure, that you're not a strong arm, that you're not sure what to do, that you're lost. And that's the thing that your athletes don't want to hear, don't want to sense, because they are lost. You have to be strong. So you have every right to be angry. You can yell at them, but please try not to be nervous. Second, when I said, I understand you, you have every right to be angry, he started to listen to me. So this was the breaking point. After that, he took a few moments washed his face with the cold water and went to the locker room. Why I'm telling this particular situation? Because here you can see how important it is for the coach to be aware of his feelings, to be aware of his behavior and the impact of his behavior on his athletes. So this is something I strongly recommend in practical work. The second thing concerning coaches is their behavior. In my practice, there were a lot of coaches that behave verbally aggressively. So when talking with their athletes, they would say to me, okay, if coach acts like that, then it is okay for us to act like that, or coach will understand us. So it is very important to be aware that we are modeling our behavior. The second important part is that we have to also be aware that sometimes athletes or coaches or significant others don't know how to behave differently. They learn that by behaving aggressively they can gain something. So sports psychologists can help them to realize that there are also other ways to gain something, or even to gain more than with aggressive behavior. Also, it is very important for the athletes and for coaches to realize and to be aware of their cognitive patterns. In my practice, when working with athletes and coaches, I try to find out if there are some illogical or irrational thoughts, and then together with them try to change them into more rational and more logical. Also, at last but not at least, the very important thing is to teach them how can they recognize the level of tension, and how can they react in a proper time to stop the aggressive behavior. So we practice a lot of relaxation techniques, for instance, the breathing, autogenic training, progressive muscular relaxation, and so on. So this would be all from me. I hope that I made a small contribution to your meeting or your discussion, and best regards.